Welcome back. You are listening to the Mari Makonda Show on Salam Media. So we all have a favorite sleep pattern that we happily settle into without even thinking about it, especially after a long day. There is research that indicates that sleep position influences our dreams and even has a connection to our personality. Joining me to talk more about this topic is Jolandi Becker, a certified good night sleep consultant. Good morning, Jolandi.
Good morning, Miriam. How are you?
Good, thanks, and yourself?
No complaints. It's getting warmer, so that's positive.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, for those of us who like winter, it's like, oh man, I didn't really get to enjoy winter this year, but oh well, it is what it is. Anyways,
Yes.
sleep positions. And start off by taking us through the different sleeping positions because I know that there are different sleeping positions.
So first of all, Miriam, tell me, what is your favorite sleep position?
I often sleep on my side, my right side,
Uh,
but I often find myself waking up on my left side. But either way, it's on the
on
side.
this side.
Mhm.
Technically, there's like four sleeping positions that people tend to kind of sleep in. There's variations of each one, of course.
Mhm.
Very popular is actually sleeping either on your back or on your side, like what you do. The side position also differing in the fact that obviously which side you sleep on. Also with stretched out legs or in a more fetal position can also be a sleep position that some people prefer. And then of course sleeping on your stomach. Once again, there's also variations of those sleeping positions. And very interesting, most of the time, the type of sleep position you're in depends mostly on your age. You know, babies, for
Mhm.
instance, and children have to sleep on their back, and they tend to sleep more regularly on their back and then on their side, not really on their stomachs that much. It's also only safe for babies to sleep on their back. And then also on your gender has a very big influence on the preference of your side, women or position that you're going to sleep in. So lots of women obviously are less likely to sleep on their stomach because of our anatomy than what men, for instance, would do.
No, it's very interesting because, we just thought that, it's just sleep, it doesn't matter which side you're sleeping. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, as long as you're just sleeping. But wow, there's just so much to learn about it. So how can sleep positions affect our dreams? Let's start with the dreams before we
Okay,
get
so
into the
dreams
sleep.
are very interesting because obviously this is more to do with the psychology behind what's happening while you're sleeping. And there's a lot of things more than just sleep position that can have an effect on your dreams, of course. But when it comes, there's no hard research on any kind of sleep position with regards to dreams or to health. But there are some things that have come out in research with regards to that. Some research saying that it's actually, if you're sleeping on your right side, you're going to have more positive dreams, which is very interesting. So lying on your stomach will have more vivid dreams, they say, and you are more likely to have nightmares when you sleep on your back. I'm believing, though, that the person sleeping next to you might have more nightmares because snoring is increased when
Oh,
you're sleeping on your back.
yeah, no, and we don't want the person snoring
Yeah,
next to us, especially when you're
yeah.
just trying to get a good night's sleep. But then, when you mention about sleeping on your back and the snoring and nightmares, but when you look at babies when they're sleeping, and then sometimes they just smile there, and we think that they're having a good dream there. So could that be possible? That maybe
Of
it's
course.
just
Like I said, there are many factors that can influence nightmares and dreams and things. And obviously, babies have mostly only positive experiences and lots of love and cuddles, which of course is going to have a more positive effect on their brain activity and what they're dreaming about. Whereas adults who have a lot more stress, experiences, scary movies, and things like
mm,
that, those things are going to also have an impact on not only the sleep position, but also other things that can have an impact on your dreams.
Okay,
Well,
and now let's talk about personality and how does a sleeping position affect one's personality?
Once again, with regards to the position that you're sleeping in, it's very less likely that your personality is going to have an impact on the sleep position that you choose. Of course, there's quirky things that you can find on social media and on, if you Google it, of if you're like an extroverted person, you're more likely to sleep like a starfish. I think that's more toddler associated. I always say sleeping with a toddler is like sleeping with an octopus looking for its keys. But it's more like quirks more than based on science that it is. Mostly sleep position is determined, like I said before, on your gender and on your age. Older people have certain preferences because they have a lot more back problems. And that's the biggest determinant of comfort and where the pain is and what you're comfortable going to be when you're sleeping.
All right. Now let's talk about health. You know, a lot of people, especially as we get older, we experience lower back pains, sometimes difficulty breathing while sleeping for whatever the reasons. Now, when it comes to such incidences, what sleeping position or what sleeping positions assist for the specific conditions that might?
The best when it comes to any kind of back pain, lower back pain especially, then it is sleeping on your back is going to be the most beneficial because your whole spine has support while you're sleeping. It's in a very straight kind of position, not in a skew position. So for back support, most definitely, sleeping on your back is going to be the best. Lying on your stomach will be the worst when it comes to that, especially for females. If you're going to be lying on your stomach, you're going to have a lot more lower back problems. But it's the opposite when it comes to breathing. When it comes to breathing problems are a lot more associated with back sleeping. It's not good for sleep apnea or for snoring if you're going to be lying on your back. Then sleeping on your side or sleeping on your stomach is a much better option when it comes to that.
And how does a pillow affect the sleeping positions?
Definitely, if you're going to be sleeping on your stomach, it's much better to have a flatter pillow than an upper pillow because that's definitely going to have a big impact on your lower back if you're going to be sleeping on your stomach, or if you prefer to sleep on your stomach, then it's better to have something like a flatter pillow or not even a pillow when you're sleeping on your stomach. When you're sleeping on your side, it also depends on your age. For instance, babies and children don't need pillows. Because if you think about where their head is and their shoulder width, they don't need. And that's a determinant of what your thickness of your pillow needs to be. If you're choosing a pillow and you're sleeping on your side, it needs to be like basically to keep your spine in an aligned position. And not a too flat pillow. So definitely comfort and things like that can have a big impact when choosing the right pillow. And that's also, in the end, when it comes to breathing things as well, you have to keep in mind if you have allergies, choosing a feather pillow is not ideal because that can make your sleep apnea and your snoring much worse. Whereas when you don't have those problems, then of course you can choose nice, comfortable duck pillows, feather pillows, not a duck pillow, duck feather pillow.
And what about the mattress or the place that we are sleeping on?
This is a very big personal preference as well. Some people like a more sturdy, kind of firmer surface to sleep on, and other people prefer to have a softer. But with back problems, they do say you have to move in the direction of a more firmer kind of to stabilize your spine. They've even had like water with water beds type of thing. They say it's also very good, but I mean, in South Africa, we don't really, it's not a popular choice to have that kind of thing. But there's lots of interesting things with regards to sleeping, like health and sleeping on your side and on sleeping in a fetal position and things like that when it comes to the benefits of it. Because they also say that when you're sleeping on your side, you're going to have less like tight jaw and things like that. Which is not going to be related when you're sleeping on your back. So overall, back sleeping is the most beneficial for your health. I even read some articles about that. They say sleeping in the nude is now also very popular and very beneficial for your health, apparently.
Yeah, we live to learn, because every day we're finding out new things. I'm like, oh well, this is actually how you're supposed to sleep in the first place, because when you are in the womb, you are naked and stuff. So we're like, oh, okay, I didn't know,
But
but
now
if
is not a good time to practice that. It's too cold.
no, it's cold. We're gonna try that out in the summer, because that's when the days are much warmer, and obviously at night it's not ideal to be sleeping very uncomfortably. Uh, Thank you so much for your time, Jolandi, and for the
Really great.
informative chat. And have a lovely day. Bye bye.
You too. Thanks so much for having me again. Speak soon.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
That was Jolandi Becker, certified good night sleep consultant, giving us tips on sleeping positions and how they affect one's personality, dreams, and health as well. So there are four main types of sleep positions, but they all vary. Like from these four, we get other sleeping positions. We have your right side, your left side, your back, your stomach, and from the sides we get the fetal position. From the back you get the starfish. From the stomach you get, I don't know, but there's quite a bit of sleeping positions, and you can do some research and to find out what is your sleeping pattern. You can also read up some more on a Good Night Sleep's website. Just Google Good Night Sleep, and they have a lot more information there. And also to help you find out what personality trait you might fall into if you sleep in a certain way. I know, as I was reading up on this year, I came across something which said that women shouldn't be sleeping on their sides because it's like not really good for women. Uh, there's a lot of things that people will tell you that you should and shouldn't do, but do what works for you and do what is best for you. Because if you are comfortable, then that's all that matters. If you have sweet dreams in your position, then that's all that matters. Don't worry about what the next person has to say. But it comes down to comfort. Are you comfortable the way that you are sleeping? Do you have sweet dreams the way that you're sleeping? Is your health affected? Is your health getting better in the way that you are sleeping? Well, there's just so much that you can read about when it comes to sleeping. So if you have any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Alternatively, you can send them to our WhatsApp. The number is 061 766 0355. To stay with us, we'll be right back.